Today we're doing a review of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC. This is an iconic EDC bag that I first reviewed 5 years ago, but that I am now reassessing with a new pair of eyes, because 5 years ago, this is my 28th bag reviewed. And since then, I've reviewed another 600. So will this bag be as good as I thought it was 5 years ago? That's what we're gonna find out. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what this bag can fit. We're gonna actually double check its advertised capacity. And as always, I'll give you my brutally honest pros and cons so you can know if this bag is worth it or if it's a ripoff. And if you're not quite sold that this is the bag for you, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video where I'll make 2 alternative bag suggestions that are gonna be close to this bag, but a little bit different, so you can find the bag that best suits your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC pack. Some quick brand background. Boundary Supply is a US-based carry brand. They're from Utah. And they're one of the OGs in the, what I call the micro brand backpack niche. And it's just brands that aren't quite huge, but like they're big, they're micro brands. They're no Osprey, but Boundary Supply ain't no brand, they're no dudes selling bags out of their basement. Like they have been crushing for 10 years. And the Errant is their first bag. And this is my first time testing it and seeing it in X-Pac. It is a fascinating bag that has some really annoying quirks, but also some amazing design decisions as well. Let me run you through some of the top features. It's got a killer aesthetic, which is kind of like if Indiana Jones did a collab with like Blade Runner 2049, like cyberpunk adventure. That's the only way I can describe this bag, like cyberpunk adventure. It's got a magnetic lid, gets you into the main compartment, a hidden zippered pocket underneath that lid, one external water bottle holder. We've got back clamshell-style opening to the main compartment with some really interesting and beautiful organization. We've got a tech compartment that I absolutely love. I'll tell you what I love about it. It's really satisfying to use. I'll tell you why exactly 2 chapters from now. And a harness system that I have some mixed opinions on. And we'll talk about that in detail 3 chapters from now. Boundary Supply says this bag has 20 liters capacity, but here at Nomads Nation, we always double check these things with our factory grade measurement system. So you can see the main compartment fully packed out. The side pocket has a bit of volume as well. That should do it. First, let's do a quick check the dimensions. We got a height of 18.5 inches, a width of 12.5 inches, and a fully packed out depth of 8 inches. For the side pocket, not much, a 1/4 liter of space when the main compartment's fully packed out. All right, elevating it on up, you can see we're at 5, 10, 15, just under 20 liters capacity from our test, which means, yeah, kind of nailed it. If you add in the water bottle capacity, it's a very cozy 20 liters total. Boundary Supply claims this bag weighs 3.02 pounds, which is verified on scale number 1, coming in at 3 pounds on the dot, and double verified on scale number 2. As of recording, the X-Pac version comes in 4 color options. This is what the bag looks like when it's flattened and empty, and this is what the bag looks like when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. Margaret's 5'2", I'm 5'8", and Jason Bagmoa is 6'1". And don't worry, we're gonna fill the bag out throughout this entire review so you can see everything that it fits. Boundary Supply's warranty is a little confusing. They have 2 warranties currently, their lifetime warranty and their 3-year warranty, depending on when you got the bag. Rumor has it Boundary Supply has gone through a bit of an ownership change over the years, and it's come with like an overhauling of the company. So if you are interested in the details of the warranty, be sure to check that out on the Boundary Supply website. And for all that, this bag runs a hefty price tag of around $324 USD. Now that price point is gonna be the North Star of this review moving forward. And it'll give us the context to decide whether or not this bag is worth it or it's a ripoff. But it should be noted that if at any point in this review, you're thinking to yourself, that is the Indiana Jones cyberpunk backpack of my dreams, and you're gonna pick one up, we highly suggest doing so with the first link in the description, right down there. 2 reasons for that. First of all, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But second, that link also helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team, so we can keep making the best dang bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC. Aesthetic, kind of covered it, and it should be noted, it's not really my aesthetic. I prefer something a bit more subtle, a bit more modern. But if you dig this, Boundary Supply, that's one of the things that I love about them most. They just have this one-of-a-kind look. Whether it's this or the Prima system, or the Errant XPAC Pro, their bags are just rad. But let's talk about one thing that makes this bag so rad, which is the fabric, which is like a part of this SKU. Like the name of this bag is the X-Pac Errant. And I believe, I'm under the impression that Boundary Supply is completely moving away from other fabrics, and soon all of their bags will be X-Pac. Here's a quick few things to know about X-Pac. X-Pac is a brand made from Dimension Polyant. Dimension Polyant uses this fabric for sailboats. It's actually sailcloth fabric. And then somebody got the idea, I don't know, like 10 years ago. They're like, dude, this fabric's sick. I'm gonna make a backpack out of it. And I assume they just took a pair of scissors and cut it from their actual sailboat and then like sewed a backpack out of it. And that started a revolution of backpacks being made out of X-Pac. And there's pros and cons of X-Pac. The pros, amazing weather resistance. It's got a very nice structure to it. But on the con side, that diamond grid isn't for everyone, and it does get more profound over time. Not everyone likes the crunch. And let's be honest, it's not as abrasion resistant as like a 1000D nylon is. This can get tattered over time, but it's unlikely, but it can. Overall though, closing argument for X-Pac, it rocks on backpacks. Boundary Supply logo right here, not too loud, but there are some variations of the logo on other X-Pac versions of this bag, so be sure that you know which one you're getting, because the other one is a lot louder. I do not like that one. No, this is better. On the bottom of the front, we have 1, 2, 3 external lash points that you can use to clip things onto your bag externally. We've also got some lash points here and here that you can clip these side compression straps into. Let's go ahead and talk about what the star of the show is. As we talk about this and get into the middle of the bag, this is what is gonna make or break the Errant as a backpack for you. And that's this opening system. And basically what they've done is taken a traditional sort of backpack flap, and they threw some magnets on it. And you can see those magnets. We got the female pieces of the magnets at the bottom, here and here, and the male piece at the top here and here. Pros and cons with this. The pro is satisfaction. I mean, I don't know if you felt that, but did you see the face? That was a genuine face of just like, when these Fidlocks, and Fidlock is the brand, they make some of the best magnets in the world, when they connect, it is just a feeling that is just, it sends tingles down your spine. But the con is also dissatisfaction, because you gotta kinda align it the right way, and if you're in a rush, you're trying to find it, and the magnets do find a way. Magnets typically gravitate towards each other, but sometimes it just takes it. Okay, where is it? Where is it? I'll get it. And it takes, practice makes perfect, right? So like the more you do it, the better you get at it. But that whole experience is just really important to understand how this bag works. Then underneath the lid, we also have a zipper, which can give you a little bit extra closing stability. And I quite like this decision because if this wasn't included, you might overpack the bag. And then if that happens, you can't connect the magnets. This is the problem with a lid closer, is it, you can keep throwing stuff on top and then the lid's just opening. And I quite like it because it's very clear communication to me that says, hey, if you want these to connect to these, this has to close. And then I will admit, it goes in pretty smoothly. We got one pocket in the front here. This is protected with a YKK PU-coated zipper. YKK, best zippers in the game. And it better be at 324 USD. PU coatings are a little bit of a love-hate situation in this crazy community of carry nerds like myself. We love them because they definitely help improve weather resistance, but we can hate them because they can definitely peel over time and look like this. Never guaranteed, but it can happen. I didn't include this pocket in the volume test because it's just a pretty flat pocket. You're not gonna fit a lot in there. It uses a very nice internal lining though. This is like a wool fabric almost. And because of that, I think it's a really good spot for your sunglasses. But keep in mind, whatever you put in this pocket is gonna require a bit of extra attention to get to, as you gotta undo this lid and then unzip and then grab and then, recalibrate everything. Connect magnets. See, that's annoying, but we got it. Okay, it's time to really open this bag up. Let's talk about the middle of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC. Starting on the bottom, I forgot to mention this with the top features because this is really important. As you can see, we got two PU-coated YKK zippers and they unleash a bottom pocket here. And what is this for, you might ask? Well, anything. Dirty clothes, wet umbrella, and very often shoes. Now, typically shoe compartments are used in gym-specific bags, which this isn't really advertised as, so I don't know how in line this is with the use case. And it's a tight shoe compartment too, but you can see my size 9 Nikes do fit in there pretty well. It's a tight squeeze, but they fit. Also noted, not a great self-standing bag, especially if there's shoes in there. Shoes aren't gonna provide a solid base, like a very flat foundation for standing. If you have a packing cube in there, it could be okay, as the bottom is fairly flat. but overall I'll give it like a 2 out of 5 on the self-standing scale. Water bottle pockets we'll test when the bag is fully packed out. Compression straps are kind of lame on a bag like this, but they do help secure water bottles. I'll give them that, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. Let's talk about quick access. We got a really nice side pocket here. Again, protected with a PU-coated YKK zipper. And inside this pocket, we have a female fidlock magnet. This allows you to get into Boundary Supply's modular ecosystem, as you can buy their like key hub, and it connects in there, giving you easier and quicker access to your keys. And then in this pocket, we have 1, 2, 3 lining pockets at the top, and a wider lining pocket right there. Notice though a few things, like A, how tight this pocket is. It's kind of hard to show you what's in there, which is fine if you use it for smaller things, but if you try to put larger things in this pocket, and then if you also try to organize, it's just a tighter space. And also the lining is darker. This gray is gonna be really nice for, it's not gonna show dirt as easily, but it just makes the bag a little bit darker. I kind of wish this was a little bit lighter to create a bit more of a highlight effect inside the bag. Keep this pocket simple, me says. Throw a couple pens in the pen sleeves, throw your wallet in this pocket, AirPods at the bottom. That's a perfect quick access pocket, to be honest. I do like that. But one thing I'm not as sure about if I like is access to the main compartment. Now we talked about the top lid, which is great if you want to grab things at the top of the bag. And speaking of Boundary Supply's modular ecosystem, we've got these 2 male fidlock pieces, which allows you to sort of put a tech pouch at the top, connected here, easy to grab. For me, a bit gimmicky. It's not something that I'm super into, as I just find that modular ecosystems that are connected via magnets often have a lot of compromises. It looks great in marketing material, but then in actual usage, you're like, God, it's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. I can't speak about the Boundary Supply one though, as I haven't used it in many years. If you have any thoughts or comments on that from your experience, be sure to let us know in the comments below. But anyways, back to the access. If you're not using the top lid, the only way to get into the back is with the clamshell opening. One thing to note is we have this compression strap here, or a lash point. I actually don't know what you would do. It connects magnetically. I don't know what its purpose is. If I owned this bag, I would cut this off. I would literally just take a pair of scissors and chop it the F off. And the reason is, when you're opening the main compartment, this is always getting in the way, and I hate that. But my anger is quickly resolved when I see just how beautiful this main compartment is. Boundary Supply is so flippin' good at this. But one thing I don't love about this bag is the clamshell opening. Now see, we're almost fully there. But can you also see, like, we have a point of stress on the bag where it's not going full clamshell, and the zippers are getting really stressed this way, and it could be a potential point of failure in the bag at some point. Good news is that, like, for most of us, we're just, kind of going in and out like this. But if you're doing this over and over through the years, I just don't feel great about that. But Boundary does offer a lifetime warranty on their newer bags, so hopefully, in a worst case scenario, that zipper does get they'll take care of you. Here you can see I got a bunch of everyday carry stuff. Let me show you how this thing packs out. We got a lot of mesh pockets in the main compartment, including one moon-shaped zipper, one at the top, 2 on the inside, and 2 in the tech compartment. I love the fabric being used on these compartments. This is a Darlington mesh, and it's got a really nice stretchiness to it, elasticity, which allows it to kind of expand when the pocket has larger bits of gear. It just looks really nice. And they're all so well designed. Notice these 2 tech compartment ones. We have this gusset here, which just gives it more expansion and more volume when you need it. Notice here too, these pockets actually have a pull tab, which is nice because they're a little bit harder to access. And then when you pop it into place, magnets, baby. Boundary Supply loves magnets. Absolutely adores them. And I adore them for that. We're gonna put an umbrella on this side pocket. But notice here, we do have my shoes. So if you are using the bottom compartment for shoes or dirty clothes or whatever, it is going to eat significantly into the main compartment. I'll put a packable tote in this bag. These pull tabs are awesome. They make the pockets very, very accessible. The clamshell opening with the zippers, I'll say, is a bit better now that the shoes are removed, but still, it just freaks me out a bit, dude. Tech pouch at the bottom. I adore this top pocket here, mostly for its accessibility. It stays elevated at the top of the bag, and it's got some really nice depth to it, so you can fit whatever you need in there, including gum and a hard drive. Put a book at the top, and then my hoodie in there as well. And yeah, it's around 15, 20 liters capacity. Let's do more. Notebook, done. Laptop compartment, I'm a big fan of. It's very well protected. This magnet securing mechanism at the top, I find to be both tedious and satisfying. It's annoying because it's like, dude, I just want to grab my laptop. But then when you put your laptop back in, I love this. Closing it, it's worth it every time. It's like what I imagine having kids is like. I don't have a kid, I'm not a dad. But this thing annoys me half the time, but then when it's done right, it's just like, oh my God, I love you, little guy. These two pockets are great for other tech things, such as a portable charger and a Bluetooth mouse. Laptop compartment big enough for a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's see if the tablet compartment will fit an iPad 13, and it will, very nicely. This whole tech compartment feels very secure, very well padded. Not much of a false bottom going on, but a lot of padding down there. False bottoms are great. They're really great, but like padding is the most important thing. You got plenty of protection there. And then you can see with the clamshell, we close this thing up, rocking and rolling. Let's try the water bottles out. This water bottle pocket has a bit of expansion right here, but not a lot. This is a pretty tight water bottle pocket, to be honest. 24-ounce Columbia. Oh, we're getting it in there, but barely. And it really screws the aesthetic of the bag. It's a very interesting water bottle pocket. So when the bag is fully packed out, it's definitely gonna cause some complications. 1 liter Yeti, we might make it work. It's in. For the water bottle pocket, it's just gonna vary on how the bag is packed out. And the bag is kind of strangely packed out because access to the main compartment is kind of strange. It's not like a good old clamshell where everything just is nice and easy to put in. I mean, it is, but like, there's just a lot of complications with this bag. Boundary Supply is a brand who just loves features. They love just to complicate their bags, not in a bad way, in a way that they think is like adding value and versatility and functionality. And I think that it does in so many ways, but it also takes away. So just keep in mind when you're looking at a brand like Boundary, every give is a take. Every feature is actually a headache too, in a different way. That's my philosophical rant about Boundary Supply and features in general. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. But if you're thinking to yourself, no, Aaron, don't stop. I want more backpack TED Talks. And you're really enjoying this content, then I'd like to say, well, thank you again for watching this video, but also here at Nomads Nation, you might be happy to find out, we don't just do gear reviews on our YouTube channel, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, instead of looking at products with a microscope, we're sort of looking 30,000 feet out. And I'm bringing to your inbox on a weekly basis everything that's happening in the world of carry, EDC, travel, and gear. So if you want to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in this incredible niche, I'm talking the newest drops, limited edition collabs, industry trends, plus access to our exclusive discount codes and giveaways, you're definitely gonna want to sign up to the newsletter. I'm so proud of it. We put a lot of time into it, and I'd love to see you in your inbox. And you can sign up by finding this globe emoji in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Moving on, let's talk about the back of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC. Top handle, really nice, gets the job done. It's a little small, I'm 5'8", my hands aren't the biggest. You know, you got a little bit of wiggle room there, but it's a very nice premium nylon webbing. Silky to the touch, it's a great handle and a very hangable handle as well. There's actually a lot going on with the back panel. Boundary Supply's love for features does not stop with the front and the middle of the bag. We've got a luggage pass-through holder right here that is stowable. One nice thing about it is that it's actually adjustable. So you can make it as tight or as loose as you want. And it allows you to keep your bag upright. You know what? This is actually really cool. I actually think it works nicely. It's pretty well stitched in the bag. I don't feel like it's gonna pop out. The adjustability lets you tighten it or loosen it depending on your handle and what you're comfortable with. Okay, that's pretty cool. You win this round, Boundary Supply. You win. But you lose on the next topic, which is this hidden back panel pocket right here. And the reason is, even though I got smaller hands, this thing is just too small. As we're looking at 5 inches, I know what that sounds like, but I'm referring to the height of pockets. Nothing else, guys, because the size does matter because, you know, my smaller hands, these below average size mitts, I can barely get in here. Now, obviously it's easier when the bag is not fully packed out. This bag is packed to the brim. It's just tough. And the pocket runs all the way back, so it runs all the way to here. So I'm trying to get my hand in here. I just dislike everything about this back pocket. I think that rather have it than not. Could be a good spot for your passport, but overall it's just gonna be a to use. use. We've got this side handle here. This is not really for carrying in briefcase mode, just sort of another point of leverage of the bag whenever you need it. Then at the bottom here, we got a couple more lash points that connect to the included hip belt. And if you're like, a 20-liter backpack with a hip belt? That's so extra. I agree. It's kind of unnecessary, but also just an awesome little boundary supply thing. I actually get a lot of questions in the comments. Not a lot, but a significant amount of people who want hip belts on smaller bags. And the people who have back problems and shoulder problems. And that's what a hip belt can really help with, as it does help to take the pressure off of your back. Should be noted though, this is not an exceptionally well padded hip belt. It's not gonna be perfect for that, but it will help. It'll definitely help a bit. Then we got on the shoulder straps, a couple of external lash points. Again, you can clip things onto your bag externally, sunglasses, maybe a little like carabiner that you carry those cute little like hand sanitizers on. Those are big in Hong Kong. But let's talk about one of the most important things about any bag. It's comfort. And I have mixed feelings on the comfort of this bag. Comfort comes out of two things, shoulder straps and back panel. The back panel, I kind of dig, but not everyone likes this style of back panel as to where, do you see what's happening here? It's a really hard back panel. Now, the good news is that all this hardness creates like waves. And it's not like hard as in plastic. You can see, you can still push down on them, but there's a strength, rigidity to this back panel and these points that creates a harshness on the back that, on the bad side, it just makes it a little bit hard of a feel. But on the good side, it really promotes a lot of airflow because every single one of these rivets, you can hear, it's like a freaking washboard. So you get a lot of ventilation on the back panel, and that's emphasized by this cut right down the middle here. And I like the padding personally. I had a problem though a bit more on the shoulder straps. Now, good news, got a decent amount of width to them. 2.5 inches is around where you'd like to see them. And the depth, the chunk, the beef, AKA the goods, 1 cm, right where you want it to be. For me, I didn't love as much the mesh being chosen. Very coarse and kind of, not scratchy, just coarse. So if you're wearing this bag with a tank top on, it's gonna make them shoulders red. Ain't no doubt about that. But here's my biggest problem with the comfort of this bag, is the width in between the shoulder straps, which is 1 inch. 1 inch from here to here. And what that creates is a bit of a pinching effect when you like to wear this bag high. All my bags ride high. So when I bring it up here, the shoulder straps are really starting to cut into my neck because they're so close together. Now compare this to the Able Carry Daily Plus, where the width in between these shoulder straps, we're at 2.5 inches. It's only 1.5 inches, but it really goes a long way. This is 1 inch, neck, kind of feel that pinching. But this 2.5 inches is one of the most comfortable bags I've ever worn. And actually I wore and tested both these bags this week, and the difference was very noticeable. Now I wanna be clear, if you don't wear your bag high and tight, it's not a problem. If you like to wear your bag a little bit more loose, it's not an issue. And also, if you do like to wear it high and tight, but you really want this bag, it's not painful. It's just noticeable. Like the straps are, indeed visible. So, not a fan of that. Boundary Supply has been doing this for years though. So obviously my opinion is super niche, because if they got enough complaints about it, they probably would have changed things. I remember complaining about this in the original Errant almost 6 years ago. I don't know, any Errant owners out there, I'd really like to hear your opinion on this. Let me know in the comments below if you have a similar sort of situation and experience with the shoulder straps of this bag. Remember, your comments, if you own this bag, just help everybody else in the carry community who's looking for their perfect bag. Aside from that, though, comfort's pretty good as we have a sternum strap right here. This just helps take the pressure off your back, more towards your chest. And on the sternum strap and the lower shoulder straps, we also have dangle stoppers. This little guy's been fighting the dangles since 2019. He's principled, he's relentless, and he doesn't age. You look the same as you did 7 years ago, dude. Okay, that's about it. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Boundary Supply Errant XPAC. Pro number 1 is it is a one-of-a-kind aesthetic. Pro number 2, I loved everything that's happening in that tech compartment. And pro number 3 is if you really dig features, Boundary Supply just feeds you. Open your mouth, little birdie, because mama's gonna feed you. But having said that, on the flip side, con number 1 for me is also the features. If you don't like a crap ton of features, then this bag might be a nightmare to use. Con number 2 for me was the shoulder strap neck situation. Con number 3 for me is just the stress for the zippers at the bottom of the bag. So now let's take these pros and these cons and we're gonna mash them together and give you our overall scores. Should be noted on the overall scores, these are personal, just based on my experience using this bag and the context that I have for reviewing other bags. Again, it's all very personal though. Score number 1, comfort, I give it a 2.5 out of 5. If the pinching of the neck and the coarseness of the shoulder straps weren't there, it would have a much higher score. Again, just me, also not saying that it's uncomfortable. For the value, I'm gonna give this bag a 3.5 out of 5. It's expensive, but you're getting a lot of world-class materials for it. Fidlock buckles, YKK zippers, X-Pac fabrics. So there's definitely a lot of value to be had with this bag. And for my overall score, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's a bag that potentially loses some focus as it tries to pack so many features into such a small frame, but there's enough innovation and uniqueness in this bag to say that it's definitely a killer backpack for the right kind of person. And if you're that person and you're thinking about making a purchase or you just want to find out more information, just a reminder, we do suggest doing so with the first link in the description below. Because again, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that is where they'll be. And truth be told, like, there's nothing really like the Errant. That's why, like, for the perfect person, this bag could be a 5 out of 5. But if you're not quite sold on the Errant, let's talk about some alternatives. First up, if you're new to the Nomads Nation channel, or maybe you're a recurring watcher and you haven't watched our leaderboard video, you should watch our leaderboard video, because our leaderboard video is where myself and the Nomads Nation team, we all get together and we pick our favorite bags in different bag categories. And it's really cool because we all have our pick of bags. I'm surrounded by around 700 bags right now. So we're constantly testing and reviewing and comparing these bags so you can get the best idea of what's on the market. I've gone ahead and linked that above. Alternative suggestion number 1 is gonna be the Boundary Supply Errant Pro. Great pick for you if you're loving the Boundary Supply look and ethos of as many features as possible, but you need more space. The Errant is sort of a bigger version of this that's fused with the Prima. I think it's probably Boundary's best bag, easily their most popular, and easily their most cyberpunk. And alternative number 2 is going to be the Peak Design Everyday Backpack. Great pick for you if, again, you're here for the features. And Peak Design, as the name suggests, is the upper echelon of design, but also feeding you the features. They got the goods. And they're right up there with Boundary. I'd say they're 2 of the best premium feature-heavy carry brands in the world, and I love both. And honestly, all 3 bags are awesome. You just gotta figure out which one's best for your unique set of pros and cons. Peak Design, premium feature brand. Boundary Supply, premium feature brand. They're 2 of the best. And honestly, these 3 bags that we're talking about right now are 3 of the best on the market. To learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can just go ahead and watch these videos here. If you got any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.